What's poppin', people? This is Kenzie Rock, and this is a brand new season, a season 2 of KR Live. And in this new season, we are not doing any medical related podcast. That was all season 1, although it was short. I'll probably do a new season about mental health or any other mental case. But for now, we are focusing on books. Books. So, we all know Audible is out there. We all love books, but it's kinda sorta expensive now to get an audiobook for you to listen. But your girl's got you. She's going to be reading books for you here on KR Live. We'll be doing sci-fi, we'll be doing horror books, we'll be doing murder mysteries, a little bit of romance here and there. But before we continue, here's a little quick message from our sponsors. And we're back. So I'll apologize firsthand because of today's background. If you hear any random noises, I'm very, very sorry, but there are kids around and I can't get them to settle down or keep quiet or even sleep or anything. So it'll be kind of noisy. Things banging, kids running, kids making noise, but no worries. So, anyways, for today's episode 1 of season 2, I won't be reading any books. I'll actually just make an introduction of me and my love for books. So, episode 2 is when I'll start reading my books. Yeah, I'll decide on what to do, but I have like a drift between Harry Potter and one murder mystery called Sycamore, but I'm leaning towards Harry Potter because it's one of my favorite books. So speaking of that, Harry Potter, I grew up with it. I never knew anything beyond Harry Potter. Well, that was until 2012 when I met Twilight. Yeah, and then it became my second favorite book. But since I was it 3 or 4, my mom has always read for me Harry Potter books, and turns out that my father is a huge fan of Harry Potter, and until I was like almost 16 is when I realized that, because he just came up to me when I was reading the Harry Potter book and was like, "Is that Harry Potter?" And then I was like, "Wait, how did you even know that?" Yet I was hiding the cover. And then he just narrated to me the whole series from book 1 to book 7, and I was like, "Whoa." So I'm not the only one. That explains it. That just explains it why I love Harry Potter so much. And besides that being, I love books because my parents love books. I never got to have a sibling until I was 8. So for 7 long years, all I knew was cartoons and books. Nothing more. I was not that much of an outdoorsy type of girl or playing with dolls type of girl. I actually hate Barbie dolls. I still hate them till now. But I love books. I love books. I love cartoons, and all the dolls I had were from Warner Bros. And Disney, and nothing, absolutely nothing from Barbie, unlike any other girl who was out there. So basically, as I said, my favorite book is book 3, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. For those who don't know, Harry Potter series has 7 books. The Harry Potter original series has 7 books. That is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, my favorite, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which happens to be the only book that did not happen at Hogwarts, Harry Potter and Half-Blood Prince, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Other books were Quidditch Through the Ages, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I know that's really familiar for most of you because you watched the movie. Spoiler alert, it's actually from Harry Potter. Yeah, it's actually a story within a story. So when you read the Harry Potter books, you read a story about Fantastic Beasts. It was actually a textbook for them, and they were reading about fantastic stories. Then J.K. Rowling decided, why not make a book about it? And then Hollywood decided, why not make a movie about it? So Much, much love to this woman, J.K. Rowling, who surprisingly was born on the same day as me, and Harry Potter was born on the same day as me, July 31st. We all share the same birthday. So, as Harry Potter in his book turns 20, is it 25? Yeah, by now he's supposed to be 25, and I turn 19, and J.K. Rowling turns 55. I'm still loving the books. The youngness in me still loves the adventurous Harry Potter books. So, if any of y'all have any questions on why I love books than loving people, don't bother asking. I'll always love books more than I love people. I love books more than I love myself, actually. Books, I see it as a way of escaping this planet, which is very, very weird because since I don't get to go to NASA, board a rocket, and go to the moon or Mars, the only way I can escape this planet is by taking a book and reading, and actually going into the world of these fantastic authors that create these wonderful worlds. And if I can't do that, I sit down and create my own world through books. And for those who know me really, 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 really well, like those really close friends, I can actually count three. Yeah, I can actually count three. They're the only ones who know that my connection with books is deep, like real deep. So in high school and primary, if you found me reading, and this was really, really funny, I actually really felt bad about it, but it was all your fault. So if you found me reading and then you're like, Phyllis, what'd you? I was like, okay, I'd throw a huge fit because you were like disturbing me when I was reading. It's like someone waking up from a good dream because someone just wanted to borrow you a cup of sugar. That's not nice, people. That's not nice. Never disturb me when I'm reading a book. I will kill you because of that. I will throw World War III at you if you dare do that. So, what's more about me? Let me see. I love books. I'm in love with books. I'd marry books if it was a person. I write books. I love books. I just love books. Nothing more. I'd probably get married to someone who loves books so that we can own a huge library. Funny enough, my Disney princess is Belle because she also loves books. I don't know. I just love everything books. Um, Wait, yeah. I actually don't love anything more than books, except for movies. About the books. So everything in my life just spins around books, 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 nothing else. So if you ever want to gift me anything, don't get anything huge. Just get me a book. Actually, I find books as a very nice gift for anyone who loves books. That's a very thoughtful gift. If you like know the person's favorite author, like for me, J.K. Rowling, anyone who can get me her new book that's coming out in November, I'd, I'd really love that actually. That would be like the greatest gift ever. Or for somebody to get you like a very good mystery book, like ones from James Patterson. I cannot stress how much I love getting books as gifts. I've always gotten that. Even for my birthday, if you get me something as great as a book, I'd love you forever actually. Because it's a very thoughtful gift. You haven't gone beyond your means. It's actually very nice of you to just know somebody's favorite author, know their favorite genre, go to the extent of finding these books because some books you have to find the original, like my Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban book. It took me like almost 5 years to find the originals, and I actually got the number 40 original, and I was so happy because the new spin-offs are just off. And also the Twilight books, I had the originals except for the Breaking Dawn ones. I had the originals for the rest. So finding an original book for me is very nice, and it can be a very, very sweet, nice gift. So, just saying, if you ever want to gift me anything, just get me a book, a sci fi book, or a murder mystery book. Don't get me a romance book. I hate romance book, because romance books are always extra. They're too extra. I find them too extra. Like, whatever they're talking about, it will only happen 2% of the time in this real world. But getting a sci-fi book, I know this is not real, but I know that it's a very nice thing to happen. It could be something nice for it to happen. Or a murder mystery book. I love thinking. I love books by Sherlock Holmes. I don't know why, but I've always loved the thought of being a detective. Though right now it's not an actual career that you can go to school and study. I don't think so. Or else I could be studying to be a very nice detective. And also I love non-fictional books, but as long as they are not romance, just get me any sort of book, just not romance. And I know people will differ with me out there because they love romance books. I don't agree with you. They just make me gag and almost throw up. I just feel everything coming back up when I read romance books. I don't know why, I just find them too cringy for me. But when you read erotic books, they're way different. They're way different. Don't confuse the two. Erotic books and romance books are not the same. Romeo and Juliet is an example of a fictional romance book. When I read Romeo and Juliet, yes, will I cry? Of course. But will I be gagging half of the time? Yes. Because that's too much love. That's not real. I do not believe that. I do not believe anything of that can happen. But if I read a book by an author, Alexa Riley, she writes a lot of erotic books. They're actually two best friends who write erotic books. And if I read that, I know, of course, this will happen. This is something that actually happens 99% of the time. So it's a romance erotic book. So yeah, sure, I read that. But not a romance book like Romeo and Juliet, or a musical book. If you give me High School Musical, I swear to God, I will hit you with that book. No offense, I love High School Musical, but not as a book. Not as a book. I read it and I could not wait for it to end because, too much picturing. I don't like a book with too much pictures in it. I prefer that the less pictures, the better. The only picture I want to see is on the front, the back, and on the headline only. No more pictures. I don't want to see, like, I just flip through a page and then I find 3 4 5 pages of different photos from the movie. I don't want that. That's not a very nice book because your brain is shifted. You tend to remember what you saw in the movie and not what you're reading, which are actually two different things. A lot of details are missed in movies that were inside the books. Like, for people who, I'll refer again to Harry Potter, for people who have watched Harry Potter movies and read the Harry Potter books, you'll realize that there are missing pieces. For people who have watched Twilight and read Twilight, you'll find that there are missing things, meaning the movie is not as good as the book. So I find that books with the picturings are just demeaning. They're just an insult to novels. You don't have to call that book a novel. But besides all that, we all have our different tastes. That's just about me. And I think I'll hop on to season 2 right now, episode 2, where I will read for you my favorite Harry Potter book, The Prisoner of Azkaban. So if you're new here, I have a new Instagram page dedicated to this. It's called Podcast by Kenzie. A new Twitter page dedicated to me and this podcast, which is at KenzieRock100. And probably a new YouTube channel, but I'm not quite sure of my niche. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about what I'll go for, if I want to become a reaction channel or if I want to become an educative channel. I don't quite know. So until then, bye.